Hello everybody, this is me Quad. Today we'll be reviewing the Tonkanator, which is a crossover between Hasbro and obviously Tonka. To my knowledge, Hasbro owns Tonka, so technically it's just a collaboration in name only. So yeah, because I believe they bought Tonka out in the late 90s, early 2000s, I want to say. So yeah. Anyways, these are changes in both paint schemes and slight tampo changes. So obviously they're Autobots, so they got Autobot symbols, and they actually changed the sticker on what would be Bone Crusher over here. So yeah. And I have all their individual guns, and we'll go over everything in a second. We'll just be right back real quick. Okay. So these guys all have interesting names. For example, so some of the names I'm probably gonna get mixed up. So you got Skyhook. I want to say that was Mode Load, Mega Hauler, Motor Mix. I think he was Motor Load, and I can't remember his. Okay, well, whoops, he fell over. It's kind of a common thing with fucking Hook over here. But his was Power Digger, and I accidentally called him by the wrong name. It was, anyways, they got different names, but we're just gonna call them by their Decepticon names, just to make life easier. But, yeah. We'll get them in the individual. Oh yeah, before we get them into the individual modes, they are quite small. They're about around, actually taller than a G1 Mirage. He's about the same height, but other than that, they're all pretty. So yeah, you got a little size comparison. Now, when we go over Scramble City combiners, they will be. I think the Scramble City, the limbs are shorter than all of these. These are actually pretty evenly sized, but seeing as fucking Mirage is fucking tiny, these guys are not exactly the biggest. So yeah. So we'll begin this journey over here with Mixmaster and Oh Dear Lord. Okay. So you take out his gun. I'll just place it off to the side. You want to fold in his fists. Push those in. Fold down the head. Fold that down. Pull that like so. Move this like that. Move that like that. And you got long haul and vehicle mode. There is a thing you can do. So you grab the chest here, and in theory there's supposed to be a like a combination or there's supposed to be a way to get this shit on here. Oh wait a minute, I think I may have gotten it. No. There's a way to get this on there to do like an attack mode. I've actually didn't even know that was possible prior, because I saw somebody do it in a video. I want to say it's these two pegs, but these won't. That won't go into those pegs. Oh, okay, there we go. It does. So you fit it into those pegs, and you got an attack mode for him. So that's long haul. We'll put him off to the side. Well, next go over Hook. Oh, this flimsy motherfucker. So you want to take that apart, push that in, actually no, keep it where it is. You want to bring that like so. I would just move this, but that's just for aesthetics purposes. You push that in. There you go. There's supposed to be a thing where you just fold down this head. You would place the little cannon here. And voila, you got an attack mode for Hook as well, and also some storage. So yeah, next person we'll go over is Scrapper. So his transformation is very simple. If you guys seen my Combiner Wars reviews for Combiner Wars Devastator, or even the New Age Devastator, you know how this thing transforms. Push the head down, push that down. The arms actually don't push in, you just leave them where they're at, and then you just fold that up and boop, you got that. Now this just attaches via, I think, just sits there. I've never done this, so I have no. Oh, okay, you put this backwards. That makes sense with how these pegs sit, and you got an attack mode. So yeah. The other three we will go over in just a moment, but yeah. All right, so Bone Crusher will be next. He's pretty simple. You just fold that in, push that in, push that in, boop. And then you want to fold these backwards. And then, oh yeah, you want to fold that head in, push this up, but not all the way up, because we want to move these arms like so. So it's facing that way. Boop, boop. There we go. And we'll take his weapon, or not his weapon, but the arm for Devastator, and boop, you got an attack mode as well. Most of them have him. The only one who doesn't is lame ass Mixmaster, but yeah. Anyways, these are also all pretty much bricks. I'm not really going over articulation. It's basic G1. If they got knees, it's accidental. They all have arm articulation. It's to be given. Not a whole lot. It's just poop. But yeah. Anyways, Scavenger. Out of the set, he's kind of the shittiest one, aside from Hook falling over like every 2 seconds. I will say my favorite is between Long Haul and fucking Bone Crusher. I don't know why. They're just kind of cool. But at least to me. Scavenger's a little bit of a dope. Mixmaster's actually pretty good looking. Which is kind of funny because he's usually the one that looks kind of shit in like modern toys. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So you just push in these arms, fold that in. Oh yeah. One thing you want to do before that, turn that foot, boop. Just turn that around, and then the foot might pop out. But yeah, do that. Once you got that all nice and secured, you're pretty much good to go. So yeah, he does have an attack mode as well. You just place that. You have to push this forward a little, and then boop, you got it. And yeah, and now we got Mixmaster. So his missile firing gimmick is removed, but you could still put the missile in there. Although his sits kind of loose in comparison to Devastator's hands, which we'll go over that a little later. But yeah, if you're curious, that could technically fit in there. But yeah, sits in there loosely. But yeah, anyways, so we can transform him. So kind of hinge this so then it goes like that. And then once you do that, because to get this to do it, you want to unhinge that, which then move that like so, and then push it back in, and then just push in the arms, and you got Mixmaster. There's a hole right here, so you could attach his weapon, and I think in theory you could probably, because there's a couple peg holes, I think. No. Yeah, there's really nowhere to place. I was just seeing if there was a place to put Devastator's fucking his crotch piece anywhere, but I don't think there's a spot on anyone for that. But there's 2 peg holes, which I know aren't used for combined mode, so that's interesting. Anywho's, alright. So yeah, as I was saying, you could peg his weapon there, or you could peg it there. You have options. So if we bring everybody in, we'll do a group shot. And here's a group shot. Very nice, very nice. We'll go into combine mode now. And this is what I mean by Devastator saying it's not coming out. And they're pretty good. But we'll take that off. And we'll take that off. Move those around. And we'll start with the legs first, which means I gotta get that out. So perfect. I'll move long haul over to the side. Scrapper over there. Oh no, actually scrapper over here. So Mixmaster's the easiest. We'll start with him. You extend that. Boop. Boop. You're done. That's literally his whole transformation. Scrapper, you move it like that. You rotate the arms, and you're done. You got them into leg mode. Now, what we're going to do before combining them together to do this crotch piece is we're going to take long haul. You want to kind of transform her back into robot mode, but not all the way. You want to slide this piece in between here. It'll nicely peg together. And then once you got that done, you want to then, there's these two little pegs. They'll kind of sit in there. And then this will go underneath this part right here. You'll just hear a nice little click when you know it's in. And then this just literally slots into there. It's actually quite simple. How Mixmaster goes in. And there you go. You got that. Now we'll focus on hook. So hook, you want to take off that. You want to extend that out. You want to rotate that like so. Rotate this inwards. Or actually no. Keep that like this. You then want to rotate that. Boop. There we go. Now we're going to attach this right after we get this on here. Now this can't actually physically connect up here. So hold on, I'm just readjusting this real quick so that way we're not having issues later. So what you're going to have to do is attach this piece. But we're going to take off this just to make this a little easier. This just kind of clips on. Not in the greatest of ways, but it does clip. And yeah. So you now got Devastator's head. We'll reattach this piece right there. And then this will just... There's like a couple holes. There's like that hole and that hole, which will go there. So you just gotta kind of get it on there. You may have to be a little rough depending on how the age of your Devastator. If it's the Tonkanator, you could place some force in there. Just don't exert too much to the point where you like fucking somehow manage to break the crotch piece. But yeah. So you got that together, and now what we will do, we'll come in. There's a tab right. Oh wait a minute, hold on. I gotta push down Hook's head. There's a tab right there, which will tab there. So tab, then that little clip piece will clip onto Hook, and we got the torso. Okay, so we got that, and oh yeah, one little piece we got a parts form on here. This will just slot into that hole right underneath there. Got a nice crotch piece. Boop, boop. Looking very nice. Now we'll go to the arms, which is honestly the easiest thing. Which is kind of funny because in the Combiner Wars one, this is the part where I start to loathe. But on good old G1, that's not the case. So, get the gun and the arm on there. You can put the gun on the other side. I personally prefer it to be on his right side. Push that in like so. Boop. And this tab will, if you're in vehicle mode, will be actually right there. So what you'd want to do is just pull that up, pull that, boop, boop. You're done. There's a little slot right in there. You literally just slot this part. Now you don't have to worry about this piece breaking because that is die cast. This piece right here that connects into there. So yeah, they were at least smart about that. And then this is also die cast as well. And I believe this port is also die cast too. So again, don't have to worry about breakage, but they did paint it. So you do have to worry about paint chippage, at least on this version of the mold. So you do the same thing. Get the one that went for a bone crusher here. Boop, boop. Oh, one thing to mention again, they neutered the rocket firing gimmick, so you can't really do that. Push that in like so. And here we have G1 Devastator. And okay, let me get that from afar. Let's go down. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, here he is in his robot mode. We're actually going to do a size comparison of different G1 bots. So here is Blaster, who I believe was released during the same wave as the original Devastator toy was. So you got that. You got our second tallest boy, which is Soundwave. And yeah, my missile is actually in another bag, which I actually have to find that bag. Because the bag also has the parts for Laserbeak, Buzzsaw, and my Ravage. Oh, and Rat-Bat. But yeah, we will talk about him, and it's the original one. It is one of the car reissues, so it doesn't have the Sound Blaster chest door thing. And then we got next tallest, being Megatron. It's kind of funny how him and Prime are unintentionally the same size. And then we got a Starscream. And then last but not least, we got Shorty Mickey over here. Mirage. So that's a little size scaling. And yeah. This was just to get a general vibe of the height. I won't do this when we talk about Computron, which is the one we'll be talking about next. I'll just compare them with Devastator. But that's just for simplicity's sakes, rather than this were, yeah, just to give a frame of reference. But yeah, Devastator is a brick. Legs, obviously, due to how they combine, can't really move. And then his arms, all they do is that one can rotate, but you can kind of move it out a little because of how this hinge works. So you can get it above, and then this one's already out of range, kind of. You could do a full 360. If you move it, you can't get a 360 out of that, but you can kind of move that a little. You get more of an elbow here just due to how Scavenger is designed. But yeah, that's really about it. At the end of the day, Tonkanator / Devastator is ultimately very much a product of its time. It's one of the first few combiners, not the first combiner. As I want to say Raiden, I think, was technically the first combiner. I will say Raiden looks better in combined mode than Devastator. But I've only seen that Raiden toy like a couple times just looking on the internet. Like, I haven't actually like seen it in person, so I can't really say. Whereas Devastator looks kind of funky in the lower section. Upper section's pretty good. But yeah, no, he's an interesting figure, and if you could pick up any version of this, I would say go for it, especially if you're collecting G1. And if you haven't collected G1 before, pick up Devastator's not bad. He's definitely far from the worst combiner in G1. To be fair, a lot of the G1 combiners, I would say none of them are terrible. There's some I find boring. Actually, no. They all actually kind of have their neat little things. But, yeah. Anyways. Although I do have my favorites, though. I don't think I've ever talked about Predaking on here. I don't think I have. So we'll do a video on Predaking sometime because I do have a G1 Predaking and he's fucking humongous. He's kind of like fucking Devastator over here where he's not Scramble City based. So yeah. Anyways, been me Qua signing out here. You guys have a good one. Peace.